Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss about West Bengal SET English Literature question answers. This exam has been held in 2023 only. So let's start. Dr. Faustus wanted Mephistopheles to appear in the guise of handsome young man, Helen, a Franciscan friar, the Roman Pope. And the correct answer is option C, a Franciscan friar. Henry Vaughan's poem The Retreat expresses desire to return to the days of infancy, return to the primordial age of creation, return to the golden age of pastoralism, return to the Middle Ages. Here the right option is option A, return to the days of infancy. Who considered the existence of a built-in language acquisition device, LAD, in human being? I think this is the easiest question. Noam Chomsky is the answer. You all know this. The architect who constructed Pandemonium in Book 1 of Paradise Lost is Belial, Mammon, Moloch, Musiber. The right option is option D, Musiber. Bring the order one out. 4 please. The play of the weather, Fulgence and Licorice, Magnificence. So the right option is option D, Magnificence. These hills called home, stories from a war zone. The hills are those of Kashmir, Tibet, Northeast India, Jharkhand. You can do one thing, pause the video, write down the answer, and later check if you are answering it correct or not. So, the right answer here is option C, Northeast India. In which of the following methods do we move from specific situations rules to general situations? So specific to general, obviously in inductive method. Option A is the correct answer. In which of the following plays does Shakespeare employ the use of mask? As You Like It, A Midsummer Night's Dream, The Tempest, both B and C. So the right answer is both B and C, A Midsummer Night's Dream and The Tempest. Horace lived during the time of Emperor Lepidus, Theocritus, Augustus, Maximilian I. And the right answer is Augustus, option C. In Longinus's idea of the sublime, mimesis means imitation of real action, imitation of classical poets of excellence, imitation of heroic characters, imitation of grandiloquent diction. The imitation of classic poets of excellence is the correct action. Which of the following is not a characteristic of mystery plays? They deal with biblical themes, they depicted the lives of saints, the characters in the plays personified abstract ideas, they were mostly performed in vernacular language. So see the question carefully. Which of the following is not a characteristics? C is the correct answer. The characters in the plays personified abstract ideas. No, this is the wrong one. Who orders the execution of Junior Mortimer in Marlowe's play Edward II? Edward II, Gaveston, Isabella, Edward III. Option D is the right answer. Edward III. Which of the following is not true about the Spanish tragedy? Balthazar killed the Spanish officer Don Andrea. Balthazar falls in love with Belle Imperia. Balthazar was avenged by Hieronimo at the end of the play. Hieronimo fell in love with Belle Imperia. So you have to answer what is not true. Option D is the correct answer. Hieronimo fell in love with Belle Imperia. This is not the right one. One of the sources of Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale is Endymion, The Old Wife's Tale, Pandosto, Rosalinda. So the right option is option C, Pandosto. Porphyria's Lover was published in Dramatic Lyrics paired with another poem under the title Madhouse Cells. The other poem is Two in the Campagna, Women and Roses, Caliban upon Stayboys, Johannes Agricola in Meditation. Question number 15. The right answer is option D, Johannes Agricola in meditation. Postmodernism, which emerged in the 1990s, signals a return to the European Enlightenment, the culture of affect of the age of sensibility, the archetypal paradigms of north of Fry, the modernist avant-garde. So question 16, B is the right answer. The culture of affect of the age of sensibility. The genre Newgate fiction derives its name from Newgate calendar, which was the source of most of the stories of such fiction. Newgate Street, from where such fictions were usually published. Newgate, an imaginary character who popularized those fictions, those works which were invariably published by Newgate publisher. Yeah, the right option is option A, Newgate calendar, which was the source of most of the stories of such fiction. Which of the following plays is not by Manjula Padmanabhan? Princess Harvest, Lights Out, Hidden Fires. So question number 18, A is the correct answer, Princess. It is not by Manjula Padmanabhan. Question number 19, who among the following is not a structural narratologist? Louis Althusser, Roland Barthes, A.J. Grimus, Desbotton Todorov. Question number 19, A is the right answer, Louis Althusser. He is not a structuralist narratologist. So Louis Althusser is related to Marxist criticism, Marxist theory. The Shock of Arrival contains reflections on post-colonial experience of Meera Alexander, Neeraj Chaudhary, Ritika Wazirani, Bhasavi Fraser. Question number 20, the right option is Meena Alexander. My India is a series of autobiographical anecdotes by Mahatma Gandhi, Jim Corbett, R.K. Narayan, V.S. Naipaul. Question number 21, B is the right answer, Jim Corbett. The subtitle, The Later Killeth of Hardy's Jude the Obscure, is taken from the Old Testament, Sophocles' Oedipus Rex, Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, the New Testament. Question number 22, the right option is the New Testament. Who coined the term Cyber-coolie to denote call center workers in India, claiming that they are as exploited by Western multinationals as plantation workers from Bihar were exploited in the West Indies by their colonial masters? Who coined the term? Ramachandra Guha, V.S. Naipaul, Harish Trivedi, Arundhati Roy. So the right option is option C, Harish Trivedi. He coined the term Cyber-coolie. Given below are two statements, one marked assertion and the other as reason. Study these statements and choose the correct option. Assertion: the postmodern concept of hyperreality gestures towards transcendental reality. This is because postmodernism is deeply imbued with a desire for transcendence. Question number 24. The answer is both A and R are incorrect. Question number 25. Bring out the correct match between the authors in list 1 and their works in list 2. So, of Mimicry and Man is written by, we all know, Homi K. Bhabha. The Climate of History in a Planetary Age, option B, is written by Dipesh Chakraborty. The Other Side of Silence, option C, is written by Urvashi Butalia. Ecology and the Politics of Survival, it is written by Vandana Shiva. So option B is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a play by Aeschylus? Agamemnon, the Libation Bearer, Simonides, Antigone. So here the answer is option D, Antigone. In which text on popular culture does Michael Thompson state that ideally an object should reach zero value and zero expected lifespan, but in reality it continues to live in a timeless and valueless limbo? Rubbish theory, material cultures, the transmission of effect, resembling the social. The right option is option A, rubbish theory. Again, one match the following question. Match the terms in list 1 with the theoretical movements to which they belong in list 2. Affective fallacy, it is related to new criticism. Aphoria, aphoria is related to post-structuralism. Comprador is related to post-colonialism. Focalization, it is related to narratology. So option A is the right answer. Match these American authors in list 1 with the schools of multicultural American literatures to which they belong in list 2. So Sandra Cisneros is related to Chicano literature. This chain is related to Chinese American literature. Option 3. Sharmini Alexi, she is related to Native American literature. Chang Ray Lee is related to Korean American literature. In a defense of poetry, Shelley contrasts reason and imagination. He says that imagination is creative. How does he describe reason? Constructive, contemplative, persuasive, productive. Question number 30. The right option is option B, contemplative. Here are the names of some women poets: Felicia Hemans, Anna Letitia Barbauld, Anna Seward, Charlotte Smith. To which period of English literature do they belong? The Elizabethan period, the Restoration period, the Romantic period, the Victorian period. Question number 31. The right option is Romantic period. Which of these British philosophers is most directly connected to the age of sensibility? John Locke, David Hume, Bishop George Berkeley, the Earl of Shaftesbury. So option D is the right answer here, the Earl of Shaftesbury. An advertising jingle goes, the roaming wala job, the deadline wala job. Or are you living in the market wala job? Words like market wala are example of code mixing, code switching, code breaking, code making. Option A is the right answer, code mixing. So question 34. Here is a statement followed by two assumptions. Read them carefully and choose the correct option. In a position paper dated 2001 on the teaching of English in higher education, UGC stated both the English honors course and the general level should include world Englishes instead of being confined to British literature. Assumptions: UGC wishes to inculcate a global perspective in students through the study of world literatures. UGC feels that British literature is not good enough. It is the easiest assertion I have ever seen. So, here, obviously, option 2 is incorrect. Option 1 is very much correct. So, A, 1 is correct, but 2 is incorrect. Question number 35. The formula for calculating impact factor is dividing the number of citations in the journal in the 2 previous years by the total number of articles published in the same journal in 2 previous years, multiplying the number of citations in the journal in 2 previous years by total number of articles published in the same journal in 2 previous years, dividing the number of citations in the journal in the previous year by the total number of articles published in the same journal in previous year, multiplying the number of citations in the previous years by the total number of articles published in the previous year. So question 35, A is the right answer. Dividing the number of citations in the journal in the 2 previous years by the total number of articles published in the same journal in 2 previous years. This is the right answer. Which of the following is not a plagiarism software? Orkut, Turnitin, Authenticate, Revenue. So the right answer is option D, Revenue. The author who claimed to have blended two kinds of romance, the ancient and the modern, is Horace Walpole, Clara Reeve, Anne Radcliffe, Edgar Allan Poe. 37. The option is Horace Walpole. This is the correct option. Question number 38. The Drabble is a name for mini saga, microfiction, sudden fiction, flash fiction. Here, two option is considered to be correct by the board. One is B, microfiction, and D, flash fiction. Both are correct. The Murders in the Rue Morgue was written by Arthur Conan Doyle, Edgar Allan Poe, Guy de Maupassant, Agatha Christie. The right option is Edgar Allan Poe. In an apology for poetry, Sidney claims that poetry is a speaking picture. Which ancient authority is he invoking here? Plato, Aristotle, Horace, or Longinus? Option C is the right answer, Horace. The book, The Prison House of Language, a critical account of structuralism and Russian formalism, is written by Terence Hawkes, Jonathan Culler, Vladimir Pop, Frederick Jameson. Option B is the right answer, Frederick Jameson. When was the Globe Theatre first constructed? So 1599, you should remember it. This is the right answer. Level 2 plagiarism is similarity up to 10%, similarity from 10 to 40%, similarity from 40 to 60%, similarity above 60%. Level 2 plagiarism is option C, similarity from 40 to 60%. Which English poet reported on the partition of India as a BBC correspondent? W. H. Auden, Louis Macnish, Stephen Spender, Philip Larkin. Question 44. B is the right answer. Louis Macnish. Question 45. Which Australian novel of Patrick White is based on the life of the 19th century Prussian explorer and naturalist Ludwig Leichhardt? A Fringe of Leaves, Was, The Eye of the Storm, The Tree of Life. So the right option is the Was. Which tale in Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales is in prose? The Monk's Tale, The Parson's Tale, The Wife of Bath's Tale, The Nun Priest's Tale. Question number 46. The right option is B. The Parson's Tale. The translation of Om Prakash Valmiki's Jude is done by Vikram K. Das, Lakshmi Holmstrom, Arun P. Mukherjee, Gail Omvedet. Question number 47. The right answer is option C, Arun P. Mukherjee. Who divided modern writers into two camps called Edwardians and Georgians? Virginia Woolf, T.S. Eliot, F.R. Lewis, George Orwell. Virginia Woolf is the correct answer. Who among the following called the novel The Bright Book of Life? James Joyce, Aldous Huxley, Virginia Woolf, D.H. Lawrence. The right option is option D, D.H. Lawrence. The Housemaid of Dawn is a novel by Native American writer James Welch, Leslie Morvan Slicko, N. Scott Momaday, Louis Edridge. Question number 50. The right option is option C, N. Scott Momaday. Question number 51. Gitanjali Shree's novel Tom of Sand has received the International Booker Prize in 2022. It is an English translation of Hindi novel by Shree. The translator is George Clooney, Tahmima Anam, Bikram Chandra, Daisy Rockwell. The right option is option D, Daisy Rockwell. Question number 52. Which South African novelist dealt with the Eliza Fraser story from a post-colonial perspective? Andrew Brink, Zane Coetzee, Alan Paton, Damon Galgut. Question number 52. The right option is Andrew Brink. Which literary theorist is not associated with post-structuralism? Julia Kristeva, Jacques Lacan, Paul Deman, Ferdinand de Saussure. The right option is option D, Ferdinand de Saussure. Who among the following is the creator of fictional character Neil Ratan, Zamindar of Raskhali? Manju Kapoor, Jhumpa Lahiri, Amitabh Ghosh, Arvind Adiga. Right option is option C, Amitabh Ghosh. Who wrote the following? There are in our existence sports of time which with distinct preeminence retain a renovating virtue. Sir Philip Sidney, John Donne, Alexander Pope, William Wordsworth. It is written by option D, William Wordsworth. Who is the first New Zealander to win the prestigious Booker Prize? Janet Frame, Carey Hulme, Maurice Guy, Dorothy Eden. So option B is the right answer, Carey Hulme. In the Canterbury Tales, who narrates the tale of Melibeus during the pilgrimage? The Franklin, the Reeve, the Ploughman, Geoffrey Chaucer. So here the right option is Geoffrey Chaucer. Who wrote the book Structuralist Poetics? Henry James, Jonathan Culler, Jacques Derrida, Roman Jakobson. 58. The option is B, Jonathan Culler. Dr. Samuel Johnson's The Edition of Shakespeare appeared in 1752, 1760, 1765, 1791. The right option is option C, 1765. Which of the following is not an author level metric? H index, G index, Google Scholar, aging factor. So option C is the right answer, Google Scholar. T.S. Eliot wrote two essays on Milton. The first, Milton First, was published in 1936. When was the second, Milton Second, first published? 1945, 1950, 1960, 1963. Question number 61. The right option is option C, 1960. Which Shakespearean character puts this question? Who is it that can tell me who I am? Lady Macbeth, Caliban, King Lear, Hamlet. Option C is the right answer, King Lear. Who is the author of Lives of the Novelists? Sir Walter Scott, Charles Dickens, D.H. Lawrence, Charlotte Bronte. Option A is the right answer, Sir Walter Scott. In whose poem do we find the following lines? I wander through each chartered street near where the chartered Thames does flow and mark in every face I meet marks of weakness, marks of woe. It's very easy. William Wordsworth, P.B. Shelley, Lord Byron, William Blake. So option D, William Blake is the right answer. Which of the following is not intellectual dishonesty, selective reporting, overgeneralization, bias, literature review? Obviously, the fourth one, literature review. Match the novels in list 1 with their settings in list 2. These are very easy question. The Magic Mountain, the setting is Davos. The setting of Disgrace is Cape Town. Ulysses, we all know, Dublin, and Les Miserables, Paris. So option A is the right answer. How many long actions does Vladimir Prof outline as essential to the function of a folktale? 29, 31, 33, 35. So the right option is 31. Which of the following novels deal with the horrors of World War II? The Red Badge of Courage, A Farewell to Arms, The Naked and the Dead, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's very easy. Option C, The Naked and the Dead. It deals with the horrors of World War II. Who advised Mulkraj Anand to give up his Bloomsbury English to write about the untouchables? Rabindranath Tagore, Chittaranjan Das, Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi. Option D is the correct answer. Which American poet does Lionel Trilling regard as a terrifying poet? Walt Whitman, Emily Dickinson, Adrienne Rich, Robert Frost. The right option is option D. Robert Frost is considered as a terrifying poet by Lionel Trilling. William Faulkner's novel The Sound and the Fury derives its title from one of the following texts: Coriolanus, Macbeth, The White Table, Volpone. Obviously, the answer is Macbeth. Which Indian poet wrote The Trojan War? Dom Morris, Nissim Ezekiel, Sri Aurobindo, Kamala Das. Option C is the right answer, Sri Aurobindo. Identify the writer in list 1 with the movement in list 2. Robert Creeley, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Kingsley Amis, Lawrence Ferlinghetti. So Nathaniel Hawthorne is related to transcendentalism. Then Kingsley Amis is related to movement poetry. Robert Creeley is related to Black Mountain poetry, and Lawrence Ferlinghetti is related to beat poetry. So option D is the right answer. The title of Browning's poem Childe Roland to the Dark Tower Came is taken from Milton's Paradise Lost, Dryden's Macbeth, Shakespeare's Henry IV, Part 1, Shakespeare's King Lear. Option D is the right answer, Shakespeare's King Lear. The Great God Plan was written by M.R. James, Arthur Machen, Edgar Allan Poe, Tennyson. The right answer is option B, Arthur Machen. Bauhaus is a Gothic rock band, an essay on Gothic, a movie, a poem. So the right option is a Gothic rock band, Bauhaus. Identify the correct match. Chetan Bhagat's Nights at the Call Centers, Arvind Adiga, The Girl from the Northern Hills, Shashi Deshpande, The Lowland, Amish Tripathi, The Immortals of Meluha. Question 77. The right option is option D. Amish Tripathi, The Immortals of Meluha. So again, match the works in list 1 with the writers in list 2. Bama, Shantabai Kamble, Hoshang Merchant, Vasudendra. Bama is related to Sangati. Shantibai Kamble has written The Story of My Life. Hoshang Merchant has written Flower to Fame, and Vasudendra has written Mohana Swami. Option C is the correct answer. Which famous play focuses on the problem of AIDS? The Crucible, The Grass Menagerie, The Hairy Ape, Angels in America. Option D is the right answer, Angels in America. Which of these critics is known for his work on reader response? Northrop Frye, Louis Althusser, Wolfgang Aischer, Clint Brooks. It's very easy. Wolfgang Aischer is the right answer. The Sturm and Drang movement influenced the Symbolist movement, Surrealist movement, Gothic dark romance, Neoclassical movement. The right option is option C, Gothic dark romance. Identify the novel of Margaret Atwood that is based on the post-apocalyptic life. The Blind Assassin, Oryx and Crake, Cat's Eye, Surfacing. So 82B is the right answer, Oryx and Crake. Which writer did not belong to the movement poets? Philip Larkin, Ted Hughes, Elizabeth Jennings, Dylan Thomas. Option D is the right answer. In Novum Organum, Bacon classified some intellectual fallacies as idols of the mind. Which of the following is not one of them? Idols of the cave, idols of the marketplace, idols of the theatre, idols of the temple. Option D is the right answer, idols of the temple. Who, according to Robert Browning, is the lost leader? John Milton, John Dryden, P.B. Shelley, William Wordsworth. The answer is William Wordsworth. Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species was published in 1859. This year also saw the publication of three other famous works. Choose the set of correct three among the following. So Dickens's A Tale of the Two Cities, John Stuart Mill's On Liberty, Tennyson's In Memoriam. Hardy's Far from the Madding Crowd, Matthew Arnold's Culture and Anarchy, Browning's Bring on the Book. Samuel Smiles' Self-Help, John Stuart Mill's On Liberty, Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities, George Eliot's Adam Bede, Matthew Arnold's Culture and Anarchy, Tennyson's In Memoriam. So the right option is option C, Samuel Smiles' Self-Help, John Stuart Mill's On Liberty, Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities. Which new genre did Audre Lorde's text Zami, a new spelling from my name, establish? Historical fiction, absurdist novel, magic realism, biomythography. So biomythography is the correct answer over here. Which of the following works was not written by Thomas Carlyle? Satyr Restartus, Chartism, The Lamp of Memory, Unto This Last. It's very easy, both C and D. Both are the answers. Which existentialist philosopher thought that man is potentially always in conflict with his neighbor and all social relationships are doomed to frustration? Soren Kierkegaard, Jean-Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, Walter Benjamin. So B is the right answer, Jean-Paul Sartre. Which of the following is not a character in Margaret Lawrence's The Stone Angel? Graham Shipley, Hagar, Penelope, Matt. C is the right answer. She is not a character in The Stone Angel. Stanley Fish wrote the essay, Is There a Text in This Class? As a response to this, who wrote the essay? Is there a fish in this text? Robert Scholes, Umberto Eco, Gerald Prince, Harold Bloom. Option A is the right option. Robert Scholes. Visiting family is not uncommon is an example of circumlocution, alliteration, simile, litotes. 92D is the right answer, litotes. So litotes is when you say something assertive by using negative terms. Which of these statements are not true about Okonkwo in Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart? He is embarrassed by his lazy father. He has four wives. He is not wealthy. He is unable to adapt to the changing times. So you have to say what is not true. He has four wives. This is wrong. And he is not wealthy. This is also wrong. So option A is the right answer. B and C. Those are wrong. Which of the following is not a work by John Ruskin? Modern painters, lives of the most excellent painters, sculptors, and architects, the seven lamps of architecture, the stones of Venus. B is the right answer. Life of the most excellent painters, sculptors, and architects. So the following are the first lines of well-known works by poets. Match the lines in list 1 and the poets in list 2. So match the works. But do not let us quarrel any more. It little profits that an idle king remember me when I am gone far away. Go, for they call you, shepherd from the hill. But do not let us quarrel any more. This is written by Robert Browning. It little profits that an idle king. So option B is written by Lord Tennyson. Remember me when I am gone far away. This is written by Christina Rossetti. Go, for they call you, shepherd from the hill. D is written by Matthew Arnold. So B is the right option over here. The term new woman was coined by Olive Schreiner, Sarah Grant, Caroline Norton, Emma France Brooke. B is the right answer. Sarah Grant. Which of the following text has the subtitle A Novel Without a Hero? Vanity Fair, Invisible Man, Herzog, Sophie's Choice. So Vanity Fair is the right option. Three questions were there from Unseen Poetry Passage. We pretended to know nothing about it. I withdrew my childhood training, stay out of swampy undergrowth, choked edges. This was around the time we were too cruel to kill the mice we caught, leaving them in the Haverhard track under the sun-burning bramble of Rugusa. But moving up the trail, we caught a glimpse right at the start. The fox just over the hillock, on dune side slope, spoiling the grass inscribed sand. Neither of us looked. It seemed best to back away. On the dunes, step inside, we surveyed beyond what we would come for. Oceans, snaking blue beyond the meadow, the silvered blade-like ones lying down, lovely enough to hold ourselves to that view. But the currents of an odor wafted in and out until the sweep of smell grew wilder. The heat compounded and ugliness settled its clouds over us, profound as human speech, although by then we were not speaking. The we of the opening line indicates three people, a crowd, two people, the speaker and the fox. The we means two people. Option C is the right answer. Why did the we of the opening line primarily come to the place? To enjoy the ocean's beauty, to see a fox, to practice magic with silver wands, to wait around in swampy undergrowth. So option A is the right answer, to enjoy the ocean's beauty. At the close of the poem, which of the following senses overpowers and renders the visitors speechless? Gustatory, olfactory, tactile, auditory. So option B is the right answer, olfactory. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned for the next part.